Hello, it is Ryan, and we could all use an extra bright spot in our day, couldn't we? Just to make up for things like sitting in traffic, doing the dishes, counting your steps, you know, all the mundane stuff. That is why I'm such a big fan of Chumba Casino. Chumba Casino has all your favorite social casino-style games that you can play for free anytime, anywhere with daily bonuses. That should brighten your day a little. Actually, a lot. So sign up now at ChumbaCasino.com. That's ChumbaCasino.com.
No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. See terms and conditions. 18+.
Are you ready? What? I said, are you ready? Yeah! Can't steal it! Woo! Wheel and deal it! The cream of the crop! Nobody does it better. I got 141 and 2/3 chance of winning. But brother, I am bad and they know I'm bad.
I'm the man of the hour, the man with the power. You sweet me sour.
It's showtime, folks!
Welcome to the Grill Out. From the heart of Shillian, West Virginia, here's your host, Hollywood Jeff Petty.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Grill Out episode
Get her done.
78. I'm your host, Hollywood Jeff Petty, and I'm joined by, unfortunately, my two great, wonderful, not...
Today, Junior.
I stopped myself from saying something mean. That's Jason Lykens, the reflection of perfection.
The reflection of perfection, hailing originally from Whitesville, West Virginia. That's right. This is a local show.
It's local.
Yes, it is. It's local.
But
We're
not
live.
We're not live. We're not live. This is all pre-produced, sort of, in a way.
This is all fake. Nothing's real. Wake up.
Hold on a second. Also, our new reigning and defending Grill Out prediction champion.
Sixth time.
You know what?
The dynasty has begun.
That was only three. Three more times. Come on.
You got three more and you do it.
Come on.
It was on purpose.
Sixth time. Come on.
Yes, Josh is our current.
That's
Grill
right,
Out
Swerve.
predictions. Yeah, you know what? Bucks? The Young Bucks. I got something to say.
Let's hear it.
When you all decided to do that really stupid thing here in Charleston.
Yeah, you're not Frank Ottman.
Yeah, that happened today.
Toot. Listen, Bucks, I was on your side for a long time. I cheered for you when everybody was booing you in the Charleston Coliseum when y'all decided to play the backstage footage. I even bought merch at that said the Bucks.
You're a mark.
I am. I also my uncle's also name is Mark. One of my uncle's name is Mark. So yeah, there's that. But
He's
also,
a mark.
He really is. Like legitimately, he is a Mark.
I knew a guy named Mark.
I know a couple people named Mark.
I only knew two.
Oh,
Yeah.
Get her done.
but no. Listen, Bucks. I was on your side. I was.
He was.
I when everybody left you.
When everyone left you, Jeff Petty was there.
I stayed
your
there.
shoes.
I stayed. I did not buy the shoes. I don't have that kind of money, and I'm not a sneakerhead.
When everyone said no to the Bucks, Jeff Petty said, "I will die on this hill that they will never do anything to disappoint
and
me."
not only,
Not only
did they screw Swerve Strickland out of the AEW World Title.
out of that title.
They screwed me out
They
of my
screwed
Grill Out predictions
Jeff
title.
Petty
Well, you
out
chose
of his
wrong
Grill Out
regardless.
prediction title.
Because his story was not ending here.
It was not ending.
I thought I was.
thought.
Yes, I did.
So
1
disappointed
point.
in you,
Josh
Bucks.
got me by 1 point,
So
and it was that
disappointed.
match.
Yeah.
So disappointed in you,
I am.
Bucks.
I'm incredibly disappointed
He
in all of
lays at
that.
home
Could've
at
had a
night
clean
and
sleep on
cries. He takes his Young Bucks teddy bear and he cries.
I don't go that far.
He did a moonsault on his Young Bucks
I'm
teddy
not that
bear,
athletic.
which is impressive if you saw him.
It actually is.
You broke his heart, Young Bucks. You broke his heart.
But you know
No
what?
more.
You know what? No more.
No more. No more.
Kenny was right.
No.
You're
What
no
Kenny-
longer
what-
the Bucks of youth.
What Kenny said about them was right.
What he said was right. What did he say?
He said that
Give it to
they
us.
pretty much
Say it.
with that when Kenny was not there,
Say
they
it.
were ruining AEW.
They are ruining AEW. Hear that, Young Bucks? That is what your friend Kenny Omega said about you.
Former friend.
He's Canadian. They don't say mean things.
Well,
He's Canadian.
hailing from North Carolina. Yeah, he lives in North Carolina right now.
But he's
anyway,
from Canada.
Yes.
You see that, Young Bucks? You made a Canadian say something mean.
Yes, exactly.
What type of person makes Canadians say mean things?
Canadians.
The Bucks. AEW Dynasty has come and gone.
It has.
Adam Cole has captured his first AEW title with the TNT Championship.
That dynasty is gone, but mine's begun.
He was, well, you know what? You're going to defend your title on this
That's
show and the next show.
Yeah.
But Adam Cole was the only title change for the whole
Good
night.
job, cousin.
So, yeah, Adam Cole, baby. And that's coming from Josh Cole, baby.
Yeah.
Also our current reigning and defending Gorilla.
Yeah, we've already done that. Let's get past it.
Yeah.
We got
How
plenty
many
of stuff
times?
to talk about.
How many times?
I don't know. 2?
6?
6.
I wasn't listening.
Yeah.
So, yes, Josh does have to defend his title on this episode.
I'm a man. I'm doing it.
Yes. And we will be doing WrestleMania 41 predictions, night 1 on this episode, and then the next episode we will be doing WrestleMania 41 predictions, night 2. So,
Dose.
But also WWE Hall of Fame.
yes, I'm glad I was getting ready to tee that up, and I'm glad you took
Well,
the
here's
shot.
the thing.
1 a.m.
I was told that I might have been too hard on Tugboat.
Who told you were too hard on Tugboat?
Nobody.
You weren't hard enough. Need to talk some more.
They said, if anything, I wasn't giving the Shockmaster enough hate. Toot, toot, Tugboat
The Shockmaster
is going into the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
Before demolition.
Yeah. It's actually wild.
But we do have the complete class of 2025 now. Okay. WWE class of 2025 seems to be set. Triple H is your headline and will be inducted by Shawn Michaels. Michelle McCool will be inducted by her husband, The Undertaker. The Natural Disasters will also be inducted, but we do not know by whom.
Probably
yet.
Demolition, you know?
Yeah,
That's
might
what
as
I
well.
would
Just
think.
don't know.
Yeah.
Some fans are really wanting to see it be Jimmy Hart.
I've heard Cody Rhodes because Fred is actually his uncle. Yeah.
Uncle Fred.
Oh, okay. So, yeah, that one makes sense.
Yeah, because when Cody saw the Shockmaster thing happen from home, he was there with his friends, and Fred falls down and the head comes off, and he's like, "I think that was the Uncle Fred."
I love it that Cody does have sort of Dusty's lisp.
He does have the lisp, baby.
A little bit. Not nearly as bad as Dusty had it.
No, but you know what I really want to hear Cody say? He got a bicycle. Where'd he get that bicycle
Cody
from?
Rhodes, if you're listening to this right now, number one, we would love to interview you too. We want you to send us in a video saying he's got a bicycle.
No, he's got a bicycle.
Yeah. Continue the tradition, Cody.
Really, if I
finish that story.
We want some autographed titles, too.
No, I don't even care about that. I just wanted to say I want to buy. If we ever got to interview Cody Rhodes, it would just be, Cody, I have one question. Can you say he's got a bicycle?
In the Dusty voice, but in the Stardust voice.
Yeah. Pretending to be Gold Dust.
Yes.
And also Gold Dust pretending to be who? Tugboat. Toot, toot. Back to the Hall of Fame, Jeff.
And guess what? None of them are Ultimo Dragon.
That's true.
None of them. Lex Luger will be inducted by Diamond Dallas Page.
Probably because they couldn't get Sting.
Yeah. That was a whole thing and a half. The Legacy Wing has returned for the first time since 2021, with its inductees being Dory Funk Sr., Ivan Koloff, and Kamala. This is a change from previous ceremonies that had Legacy inductees, as they previously never announced the inductees beforehand. Lastly, this is a first for this year's WWE, for this year's Hall of Fame. WWE will induct an immortal moment, which will be a WrestleMania moment to be immortalized in the WWE Hall of Fame.
And it wasn't the immortal one.
Nope. That moment this year will be Stone Cold Steve Austin versus Bret the Hitman Hart from WrestleMania 13, and it will be inducted by CM Punk.
Do you think CM Punk's the right person to do it?
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe. Because
Sure, Ken Shamrock to induct himself.
You know,
He was the referee for that.
I really do. Honestly, I think Ken Shamrock should be in the WWE Hall of Fame.
yeah.
I wonder if they're going to include him as part of this.
I doubt it.
Yeah.
They should. I mean, I guess it just it depends on how the talks have happened, if they've even happened. Because he was an integral part in that match. I mean, the final, the immortal picture is, Austin passing out from the sharpshooter. He's bleeding and everything. And it's Ken Shamrock that's calling it. In bicycle shorts.
But anyone could have been the ref for that match.
True.
Like Ken Shamrock, in my opinion, brought nothing to that match except the fact that he was from the UFC.
Yeah, that was also in the UFC's infancy.
Yeah.
And
Just a baby.
yeah, and now I know Dan Severn was the NWA World's Heavyweight Champion.
Yes.
Around that time.
Yeah.
But was it Dan Severn and Ken Shamrock? Are those the first two like crossovers from MMA over into professional wrestling? I'm just throwing this out there. This literally just popped in my head. And also, I have another question to follow up on this with the Hall of Fame, but we'll
now,
deal with this one.
In all of like professional wrestling, because I would almost say Antonio Inoki.
Oh
That's
yeah,
what I was thinking of.
yeah. But for some reason, when I think Antonio Inoki, I don't immediately think MMA. I know that there was that aspect, and then in Japan, I think it was in the early 2000s, around the 90s, you did have Inokiism, which almost killed New Japan. Because of them bringing in MMA fighters and trying to do this work shoot type thing, and it really backfired on them, especially with the Yuji Nagata stuff. But
no, if you're just talking about with like WWE, WWF at the time, then Ken Shamrock and Dan Severn.
Okay, that's okay. I think that's where I was sort of leaning with that, because now it really doesn't seem like it's not really a big shocker when a UFC fighter makes some type of crossover to WWE. Like it's not that big of a deal these days. Yeah. Whereas I think back in those days, but then again, it wasn't in its infancy. I don't know. I was just spitballing a little bit. Yeah. Also, speaking of the Hall of Fame, when are we going to get an actual building for the Hall of Fame?
Yeah. I would like to visit it.
Yes, absolutely. Like, and they have all the stuff in storage.
Well, I mean, they keep doing the show where they go out and buy old memorabilia.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, what's the point of doing that if people can't come and see it?
That's very true.
I feel like their current headquarters building is big enough to put it in there, too. Why not?
Exactly. And I mean, at the moment, with TKO and everything, WWE is sort of making money hand over fist.
Yeah.
And, they've, like, the money has exploded for them. I think before they could have built a building and housed the Hall of Fame there, but I really think they can do it now.
According to Ric Flair, like back in 2020 before COVID happened, there were plans to build one somewhere in like the Orlando area.
I'd say
I don't know what's happened.
Put it down in Florida with the Performance Center.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. I was getting ready, that was going to be my next question. Like, where should they put it? Like, should they put it in Connecticut? Should they put it in New
thankfully,
York?
there's never any bad weather in Florida.
Yeah.
Thankfully.
Yeah. But yeah, I was just, I as I was typing up the rundown earlier today, I was sitting there thinking, I was like, we really do not have a building for the house the Hall of Fame.
I think where they should put it is Charleston, West Virginia.
Yes.
Do it.
You cowards. Do it here.
Lord knows we need something here.
Yeah.
We, that happens. Yeah. But speaking of Florida, the Performance Center, all of that, OVW, who used to be the developmental for
They're
WWE.
not in Florida?
No, they're not in Florida, but they used to be the developmental for WWE. The OVW, correct me if I'm wrong, as I was researching this, used to be known as the Harvard of Wrestling because of just all the talent they had go through there at one point with John Cena, Batista, Cody Rhodes, Randy Orton, Shelton Benjamin, Brock Lesnar. What is it?
CM Punk was in there at one time.
He was.
Yeah.
But it seems like people only remember OVW for that class and then being a developmental.
True.
But they also had Jim Cornette running things down there. Then they had Paul Heyman. Now it's Al Snow.
That's true. But OVW has been purchased. Okay. It was announced this past week that OVW has been purchased by Morley Sports Management Limited, MSM, a sports organization based out of Wales, who also own a Welsh football team, a football club, and for American fans, that's soccer. Yeah.
That's weird.
Yeah. According to
not the football thing, but the fact that Wales purchased them.
Yeah. From my understanding,
I didn't know Wales had money.
Well, I mean, the Welsh do.
Oh, Welsh.
Yes.
Oh,
the Welsh.
I thought you were talking about Wales.
No.
Like how, oh no, Windmills can drive Wells crazy.
Apparently, the MSM, the Morley Sports Management, they're trying to expand their operations to not just include football for American fans, soccer.
Yeah.
So they're really trying to spread that out and to acquire more intellectual properties.
That's a
and stuff.
big spread.
It is
From Wells to Ohio.
Yeah.
No, Kentucky.
Oh, that's right.
That's right,
Kentucky.
Yeah, it's based out of Louisville. But minority owner Matt Jones, in an interview with WDRB,
Owner or Wonder? You got Wonder there.
I know,
The Minority
owner.
Wonder.
Well, you know what? Minority owner. Thanks for telling the audience that I don't know how to spell Josh.
That's a completely different word.
Spell check. I was just typing away, man. The promotion.
No, he'll now be known as the Minority Wonder.
The promotion needed this, quote, "It was getting hard to continue. They were just getting by," end quote. The move is not just about survival, quote, "They, MSM, own a successful pro soccer team and they have experience in sports. Their scheme centers on the academy and getting the product to European TV markets. There's a passion for wrestling throughout Europe," which is correct, end quote, throughout Europe.
I just don't understand why a Welsh company would want to buy OVW. I mean, the European wrestling scene is great in its own.
Yes.
So why not give those wrestlers a bigger platform? I think it's great to buy OVW and to help sustain them. Mm-hmm. But I also think that the English wrestling scene has a very high.
They're trying to monopolize.
Maybe.
Yeah,
Maybe.
They could. I mean, they could be attempting to. It also could be they want to be in a market that's outside of Europe, outside of the UK, and also they may have. I don't know what the price was that they just purchased
$12.
Maybe.
I mean, but
I don't know.
Hot dog and a handshake.
Not the hot dog and a handshake. Yeah, that's all you get. No, I think that does play into it. I don't think it's $12. I think it's significantly more.
15.
Significantly more than $12.
More than what Netflix gave them.
Yeah, that's true. Because after the Netflix documentary, they did have a spike in ticket sales.
Which, by the way, is very good if you haven't watched it.
Yeah, it's you know what? I have Netflix now. I definitely need to give that a shot.
Yeah.
But
and heels.
okay.
I don't think Jeff would look good in heels.
Depends. Are we talking like...
I don't think you look good in Depends.
Kind of walked into that one, didn't I?
Yeah, in your heels.
With my cowboy boots, I'm new boot goofing.
Gator Dad.
But no, they did have a spike in ticket sales after that, and it did help them. But it was more of a short term thing.
Yeah, it's not sustainable.
No,
I mean, granted, I have never been to an OVW show. I do not know the caliber of entertainment they have there. I do know that there's one person, Eric Darkstorm, who I used to watch in Whitesville, and he was very entertaining to watch. I do not know how he is now. He's originally from the Huntington area. But if you do not have a good production or an acceptable level of production, it doesn't matter how much publicity you get from the get-go. It's not sustainable at getting people to keep coming back.
yeah, I mean that's and honestly, that right there. And just because you and I have a very similar background, Jason, that plays into a lot of things.
Yeah.
If you have a good production, like for example, with this show, if we did not put the production value into it that we put into it, it doesn't matter what we say. It doesn't matter what takes we have.
Yeah. If
We wouldn't
don't-
be the #1 radio show in West Virginia for professional wrestling.
Yep, we
That's
are.
true.
Because we're the only.
We're also the worst.
Yes.
By the
But I mean, if we didn't have a quality mic,
yes,
and it sounded terrible, people aren't going to listen to an audio format.
no, they're not.
So if you don't have good quality, good production of what you're seeing on your screen, it's hard to keep coming back to it.
It really is. It truly, truly is. But yeah, I don't know. I just thought this was interesting. It really did just kind of come out of left field. Also, I just like weird things in wrestling, and this is kind of out there. At NJPW Windy City Riot, Hiroshi Tanahashi wrestled his last match.
It was windy.
Yeah, well, they're in Chicago, known as the Windy City. He wrestled his last match in the United States in a losing effort to Konosuke Takeshita. Tanahashi will retire after Wrestle Kingdom 20 on January 4th, 2026. There has been chatter from online wrestling fans, though, wanting John Cena to face off against Hiroshi Tanahashi in New Japan. I don't see that happening.
I don't know.
I know what you're getting. You talking about The Rock?
Yeah.
Continue. You have
He
the
was
floor.
pictured with an NJPW shirt on.
That's true.
Like, what are you doing, Rock?
You just, I mean, in this day and age with professional wrestling, it could be anything. There is a possibility. I would love to see it. I would love to see John Cena go across seas to New Japan and just have a match with Hiroshi Tanahashi, because their careers really parallel each other. They both were the face of their company when both respective companies were not doing the best at that moment. Some people even refer to Hiroshi Tanahashi as Japanese John Cena. He does all the media for New Japan, as how John Cena has done all the media, and tons of media, mind you, tons of media for WWE.
I would be interested in seeing the reaction, the crowd reaction that John Cena would have
in Japan.
Yeah,
that would be something interesting to see. But also, I don't know, and this is where I don't know, Josh, if this is going to happen. Based on John Cena, no. I don't, there might be that, but I don't know how much influence they would have over that. I'm talking about like John Cena's schedule anyway. I mean, who knows how much he had to move around in order to schedule out his last year in WWE.
No.
And
Last.
yeah, air quotes. Never say never in professional wrestling. Ain't that right, Ric Flair? But yeah. So Hiroshi Tanahashi, last match in the United States. He spent like 10 minutes after the match, high-fiving people and doing selfies and stuff. And you want to talk about being over? That is called being over. So,
speaking of over, this segment is now over.
it is.
Yeah.
On this, now we're going to the next one. On this day in wrestling history. April 13th, 1990, the Tokyo Dome, we were just talking about New Japan, played host to a rare card co-promoted by WWE and All Japan Pro Wrestling. Well, All Japan, but yeah, we're in
WWF at the time.
Yeah, WWF at the time. In the main event, Stan Hansen was defeated by Hulk Hogan. In other interesting matches, Andre the Giant teamed with Giant Baba to defeat Demolition.
Who is not in the Hall of Fame.
They're not, but the Shockmaster is. Genryo Tenryu defeated Macho Man Randy Savage, and Bret Hart fought to a 20-minute draw with Tiger Mask. I would have honestly loved to see that match.
Tenryu, say that 10 times fast.
No. April 13th, 1997, ECW Barely Legal, the promotion's first ever pay-per-view, took place at the fabled ECW Arena in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. In the main event, hardcore legend Terry Funk defeated Raven to win the ECW Championship. In order to qualify for the match, Funk had to defeat Stevie Richards and the Sandman in a three-way dance. Earlier on the card, the Eliminators, John Kronos and Perry Saturn, defeated the Dudley Boys, Bubba Ray and Devon, for the ECW Tag Team Championship. In one of the most anticipated matches in ECW history, in ECW history, Taz defeated his nemesis Sabu after months of not touching each other once. Yeah, they went through this whole thing for months where they just wouldn't, I guess they would have interactions, but there was no physical altercation between them until we had this pay-per-view.
You know, it wasn't always Bubba Ray. It was Bubba.
Yeah.
Because of his stutter gimmick.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's also a lot of different Dudleys. Some we can't say on the air.
No.
Yeah.
Like Spike Dudley.
He's actually doing pretty good for himself.
He is.
Yeah.
Good for him.
Happy for him.
No injuries.
No. Could take a bump like no other.
Oh, my God, he could. Also, speaking of ECW, I did not realize this was the 25th anniversary of this particular match. April 13th, 2000, at a show in Indianapolis, Indiana, a unique ECW championship match took place. WWE superstar Taz defeated WCW wrestler Mike Awesome to win the championship on an ECW show. The match came about when Awesome signed for WCW while ECW champion and technically still under ECW contract. Dropping the title in this fashion was part of the negotiations to avoid legal action incited by Paul Heyman and ECW.
And thankfully, when Mike Awesome went to WCW, he was never given a terrible gimmick, such as that 70s guy, Mike Awesome, or the fat chick thriller, Mike Awesome.
Yep.
Thankfully, they never did that to Mike Awesome.
Go watch Mike Awesome and Masato Tanaka at ECW One Night Stand 2005.
Yeah.
Really, do it.
Yeah. Great match.
Yeah.
Brutal match.
And remember,
That ref
he
didn't deserve it.
was that 70s guy, Mike Awesome, who came to the ring in a bus designed like the Partridge Family bus.
I just saw that on Deadlock Pro.
He was also the fat chick thriller, Mike Awesome.
Jesus. All right, we're going to take a break right there. And when we come back, we have WrestleMania 41 Night 1 predictions. Woo! Stay tuned.
It's time for more of the Grill Out. Here's Hollywood Jeff Payton.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Grill Out. I'm your host, Hollywood Jeff Petty, and I'm joined by the reflection of perfection, Jason Lykens.
Drinking my wonderful West Virginia salt and maple latte.
Oh, how is that?
That's good. It's really good.
Oh, okay, nice.
Yeah, it's good.
Also, our reigning and defending Grill Out Predictions champion,
How many times?
6 times,
That's right.
Josh Cole. Bye-bye!
Yeah.
And he's getting ready to defend his title.
Yep.
WrestleMania 41 Night 1 predictions. So we did do a little talking off the air. Originally, I was going to do this as 2 separate scorecards. But after some deliberation, we're just going to combine them.
It's a mega card.
Yes. And then the next
It's a
episode...
mega card. We have squirrels. Ninja squirrels.
Oh, I can confidently say...
They know Kung Fu.
Yes, they do. I can confidently say that is still shown around West Virginia State
It
University.
should be. It's really good.
Yes,
Virginia State University.
It is a rite of passage
You'll
for
have
anybody.
so many babies. And they'll know ninjutsu.
Oh, it's so great. Predictions.
Night
WrestleMania 41 Night 1 predictions.
Yeah.
Numero uno.
We do have one bonus. We do have one bonus on here, and that is who will be Randy Orton's opponent.
Bobby Blaze.
If it's Bobby Blaze, I'll mark out.
Yeah. It's Ultimo Dragon.
This is not no. I can confidently say it will not be Ultimo Dragon.
You know what's really sad? Chad Gable's not on this card.
That is sad.
Yeah.
You would think someone with like his level, he would, he would be on it.
You would
Instead, they put this El Grande Americano on there.
Well, here, let me start it off. Okay, so are these matches the rundown for the card, or are these just in order on here?
You go ahead.
I was going to say I don't think these are in order.
They're not in. The only one that is 100% in order will be the main event.
Okay.
Other than that, it's just
Yeah.
Okay. So starting off, we have the champ, Tiffany Stratton, Tiffy Time versus Charlotte Flair for the WWE Women's Championship. Jeff, who do you have, and why is it Tiffy Stratton?
shoot work, brother.
Oh yeah, they did. You know what? You do work yourself into a shooting, and you just shooting after that. I'm going to say Stratton. I don't know why. I just want it to be Tiffy Time because it is
Who do
Tiffy
I
time.
think it will be? I think it will be Charlotte, but I'm going Tiffany because I do not want it to be Charlotte. I cannot vote Charlotte.
I mean, I'll say with their segment that they did on SmackDown the other night. Am I correct?
Backstage thing.
Well,
Parking lot.
no, they just did the parking lot thing. I'm talking about the the
The
segment
one with the shots.
When
when
off script.
Yeah, when they went completely off script.
Yeah.
If anything, that segment alone added way more interest to this
Yes,
match.
it did.
Oh,
Yeah.
They really needed
And
that.
Stratton cooked on that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, Charlotte's comeback was weak.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Very weak. Josh.
I'm going to have to go Tiffy Tom too. I just don't want Charlotte winning, even though it feels like, yeah, she'll probably win.
Do I think Charlotte's good? I do.
Yeah.
But I think she's honestly also just kind of overdone.
Yeah, even though, and that really speaks to how much she's been featured in the main event for the women.
Yeah.
Is she's been gone. She's been out of action, gone for a little bit now.
Yeah.
Comes back, wins the Royal Rumble, immediately gets thrown into the main event, and people are like, oh, really?
Yeah.
Like, that just, that kind of just
I
speaks to
didn't
it.
want her to win the Rumble, but I knew it was going to happen. That's why I picked her. Anyways.
Yeah. Gunther will be defending his World Heavyweight title against...
Not in the main event.
Not in the main event, against Jey Uso. I'm going Gunther. It's got to be Gunther.
It has to be Gunther. That's who I'm going with.
I know that they just did the segment with Jimmy and Gunther and just beating the tar out of him and everything. And that added a little bit of interest to this match, but I still think it's going to be Gunther.
No, just because you have the crowd with you for one thing, for just yeet, doesn't mean you should have that title.
No yeet.
Gunther is better. And he's all out better.
Absolutely, all
He's
around.
a better character. I think he's a more believable character than someone who goes yeet.
Yes. Also, I've been a Gunther fan ever since he was called Walter.
Yeah.
Like,
The chops.
Yeah, the chops are still nasty.
Yeah.
I mean, I will say this, Gunther's chops are like Okada's drop kicks. They are just
They
poetry.
made CM Punk tap out.
Yes, but I'm just saying, they are poetry in motion, and I think Gunther has some of the best chops in the business and maybe ever in the business.
Yeah.
Same as I feel about Okada's drop kick. Anyway, Josh.
I have to agree with everything you guys say. Is Gunther, he needs to win. He deserves to win. It's Jey Uso.
You're going Uso.
I'm going Uso.
Okay.
Well,
And by the way,
He's main event. I mean, everything they've been booking behind him, it's going to be him.
Okay.
We may not like it.
Okay.
I don't want him to lose, Gunther to lose, but
All right. Jade Cargill versus Naomi.
Jimmy's going to cost him.
Jimmy's going to cost the match.
Yeah.
well, I don't know, because I think Jimmy could come out and it could cause another match between Jimmy and Jay to where they will
He also
have
might come out for
another
Naomi.
5-star classic of super kicks.
Yep.
The super kick on a pole match.
Jack Vaughn, thigh slap.
That's right.
I'm going Naomi for this one.
Really?
Yes.
Okay. Why? Why Naomi?
Before we get into that, we should say this is a kind of a historical match. This is the first one-on-one women's match without any kind of championship on the line since 2006.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
When was the last one? Do you know? I asked him too quickly.
I don't remember which match it was, but it was mid-2000s.
Wow.
Okay.
It also doesn't have any kind of stipulation applied to it either.
Yeah.
It's just a regular singles match.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I know that they've really been pushing Jade.
Yeah.
But I've seen that they've repackaged Naomi and everything. I think I'm going to get some flack for this. I think Naomi's better in the ring than Jade at the moment.
Okay.
And if they're going to go through all this repackaging with Naomi, I feel like it would be all for nothing just to feed her to Jade.
Okay.
That's my reasoning behind that. So, what you got, Jason?
I'm going Jade Cargill.
Okay.
I am. I think she was a big signing that they did. They put a lot of motion behind her. She ended up getting hurt. I think we all knew that this match was going to happen, that the turn was going to happen, that it would end up being Jade and Naomi. Honestly, I'm not a huge Naomi fan.
You have mentioned that on the show before.
I like Jade. She has a very impressive physique. She has a impressive strength.
She looks a lot better since she's come back, too.
Where is Bianca Belair in all of this?
She's night 2.
Night 2.
The women's world title match.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm going Cargill.
All right.
Josh.
I have to agree. I'm going Cargill as well.
It's because you like to pick a winner.
Yeah.
As he
I'm a
picked
winner.
Jay.
Yeah.
Because he's going to win.
All
You
right.
can bank on that.
No, he can only win if he's in the main event.
That's true.
Because
Well,
he's
he lost
main
against
event.
Gunther in the main event of Saturday night's main event.
Oh, okay, yeah, so he's not going to win.
All right. Next match for the World Tag Team Championship. The War Raiders, Eric and Ivar, will be defending their title against the New Day, Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods. New Day.
Yeah, it's New Day.
To be completely honest with you, I forgot the War Raiders were World Tag Team Champions.
I did too.
Yeah.
Yep.
I did, yeah.
And I think because WrestleMania itself is sort of a reset for the next year. Everything culminates at WrestleMania.
Yeah.
I think it would be smart to put the titles, because we Jason and I both just said it. We forgot that War Raiders were World Tag Team Champions.
Yeah.
Put it on the New Day. And they're a great tag team anyway. They're a legendary tag team, future Hall of Famers, et cetera, et cetera.
I'll be honest. I think the War Raiders need to leave WWE.
Yep.
Because they were so much better and so much more free as War Machine out on the Indies or in New Japan or anywhere they would go.
And I've said this on the show before. It comes down to there are certain people that thrive, that can really make a name for themselves in the WWE system, and I'm not disparaging it.
No.
And there's people who are better outside of it.
I don't think it helped that they came in and they were given Vikings.
Yes.
Like, I think that really hindered a lot of momentum that they could have had. Vikings! That's what the people want. I think it just really hindered any momentum that they were ever going to have. And no matter how great they are in the ring, I think they're a great team in the ring. I think they can do amazing things for their size. But they're just another team.
Yeah, in a way, they really are.
There's nothing impressive about them in the land of giants.
They're both not small guys.
No.
So I 100% agree with you there.
And I love War Machine.
So are you going with New Day?
I am. Okay. New Day. Josh.
So I remembered they were tag champs, but I've barely seen anything of them since they've been tag champs.
I think they've defended them one time.
Yeah. But it was actually against New Day, too. I'm going to go New Day as well.
Okay.
I feel their reign has been very lackluster.
Well, and then with all the repackaging of New Day,
Yeah, I think I think you nailed it on the head with the repackaging of the New Day. The next logical step for them, they just turned on Big E, but they have gotten rid of that. They are moving on. I think the next logical step is to put a tag team title on them.
Yeah. And it's always only been Xavier, Kofi, and Big E, and then Big E left, and it's always only been Xavier and Kofi. No one else was ever brought in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think that's
one
smart.
Else. They never brought in anyone else. Not even for a very short time.
Nope.
No one else had ever been in.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. You know what? I know what you're
So LA Knight, the champ,
completely forgot about that person being there.
is going to be going up against Jacob Fatu for the WWE United States Championship. Jeff, who do you have?
It's got to be
why?
Jacob. It's got to be Jacob. He is a machine.
Yeah.
He is an animal. Like, I've seen video.
Calm down, Jeff.
I've seen videos of him online, like legitimately being a good guy.
Playing piano.
Does it really?
He's marking out for stuff, too.
You haven't seen that? Like,
No.
Yeah, like him just backstage in an arena, like he found a piano and just started playing it.
You know what? That's very. It seems very much like him. But I've seen him like straight up like help people put like people who are disabled put their wheelchairs in their cars and stuff. He seems like a great guy. But Jacob Fatu, the wrestler, terrifying.
Jacob Fatu, the wrestler, is the reason why they're in the wheelchair. Jacob Fatu, the person, helps them get in their car.
And out of all of the bloodline, I think besides Roman and The Rock, Jacob Fatu is probably my third favorite in the bloodline altogether.
Yeah.
He put a title on him. Let's do it. Just do it. Jason, what do you got?
I think it's going to be Fatu.
Okay.
I think this will be just a stepping stone to catapult him up higher because he is what everything they wanted Solo to be.
Exactly. You nailed that one right on the head. He is everything they wanted Solo Sikoa to be.
No.
Josh.
Let me talk to you. Yeah. It's Jacob Fatu.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, is that your first the whole program?
Yeah.
It might have been.
Yeah.
I think so. Usually Josh has thrown a few out at the beginning.
I had to save it for Mr. LA Knight.
That's true. Rey Mysterio versus...
I was going to say they came up short last year without putting LA Knight on the LA WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Now they got to feed him to the werewolf.
So I think for this match, LA Knight versus Jacob Fatu is going to say, "Good night, LA Knight," and it will be over, baby. He's got a bicycle, baby. He's riding it out, baby. LA Knight's going to be like a bicycle and be too tired, baby.
Yeah.
Yeah, baby.
Oh, boy. Rey Mysterio versus El Grande Americano.
Not Chad Gable.
Should have been Chad Gable.
Yeah.
Should have been Chad Gable.
Really, I think
It's a travesty.
I think this kind of plays back to Kurt Angle in a wig. Like, everyone knew who it was. Like Mr. America. Everyone knows who it is.
Gracias.
But no one knows that it's Chad Gable.
It's not Chad Gable.
Okay, I'll tell you what they should do. Okay, really quick. El Grande Americano versus El Generico.
They need to go to that orphanage in Mexico
Yes.
and get El Generico to come
That's
to
the
WWE.
WrestleMania match that we want.
What if El Generico interferes in this match?
It'd be a conspiracy.
That is true. Maybe Sammy can try to get him on the card. you
Maybe.
know?
I mean,
Sami Zayn, if you're listening to this, which I don't think you are.
no, you got better.
You got
You got kids. Why are you play with your kids?
No, that's Heath.
No,
but-
doesn't Sami Zayn have kids?
He does, but I was just playing off of the Heath. I got kids gimmick.
Heath.
Yeah. Yeah.
Heath got a bicycle.
Stang.
That's Stein. Yeah, El Generico, please, versus El Grande Americano.
So, Rey Mysterio versus El Grande Americano. Jeff, who do you have and why?
Americano.
Is it because he's made in America?
No, I feel like it would do more for his career. No, I think he's a young up and comer. He is
WrestleMania debut.
It's his WrestleMania. Yes, exactly. It's his WrestleMania debut. You know, Rey Mysterio is a legend.
Yeah.
But his legend doesn't precede El Grande Americano.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't. So.
Do you think that this will lead into a SummerSlam mask versus mask match?
Between Ray and
El Grande Americano.
Interesting. That's an interesting thought.
Hmm.
Maybe.
Well, while you think about that, I guess it's my turn now.
It's your turn.
Yeah, I'm also going Americano.
Americano. Okay.
El
All right.
Grande Americano. That means the big Americo, doesn't it?
Yeah.
The big America.
The large America.
Jeff, quit
It's
messing up
huge.
your microphone. Huge
huge.
America. Big America.
Josh, who do you got?
Gracias Americano.
Okay. Going Americano.
It's going to be big.
All right.
Biggest match. Bigliest match.
It's going to be so bigly.
Golf of America.
Main event of night one. What we know for sure
I
is
love golf.
what we know as for sure is the night one main event.
Yes.
Roman Reigns versus CM Punk with Paul Heyman in his corner versus Seth Rollins. Triple threat match.
Does Heyman turn on Punk and Roman and side with Rollins? I've seen it online.
Yeah, Jeff, who do you have? You got Reigns, Punk with Heyman, and Rollins.
Two of these men have actually won a main event. One has never main evented, nor has won because he's never main evented.
Yeah, and none of the four, Ultimo Dragon.
This is true, too.
None of them. No,
So-
we can confidently
Yes.
confirm
I don't
none
know,
of
Paul
them.
Heyman. I don't know.
I have done my research. They are not Ultimo. Okay, now, Jeff.
If Paul Heyman, hold on, if Paul Heyman comes out with an Ultimo Dragon mask and all of the belts,
Yeah.
no, it's just like a bunch of like toy WWE belts.
No, it's just
like
like,
in the- like in the-
paint belt.
What
just
is it?
like leather suit belts. That's all it is. He's just draped in business casual belts.
looking like David's bridal.
Now, before you pick,
Okay.
keep in mind that whenever Seth Rollins was going to go and curb stomp Paul Heyman, he jumped in front of him and then bent down and said, "Now you owe me a favor."
Yeah.
Which I didn't entirely understand.
Oh.
Because, I mean, I understand what he's saying. It's like, I didn't do this, so you owe me a favor. So is it going to be that Roman Reigns and CM Punk with Paul Heyman lose to a Seth Rollins with Paul Heyman?
You know, if there's one thing I know, Jason knows, Josh knows, and all professional wrestling fans know about Paul Heyman,
Pizza is tasty.
pizza is very tasty. If there's one thing we all know about Paul Heyman,
What is it?
Paul Heyman can't be trusted.
That's true.
He
You know who
cannot-
found out? Brock Lesnar when he turned on him for Big Show.
That's true.
CM Punk, too.
Yes.
When he turned on him for...
And Curtis Axel.
I
I kind of forgot about that one until just now. Curtis Axel is a Paul Heyman guy.
Really, also, I think Curtis Axel, a great worker, just the Michael McGillicuddy thing didn't do him any favors.
No. Like,
It's like Husky Harris.
yeah,
yeah.
but at least like Wyatt could have. He did something with that afterwards. Like, not the Husky Harris, but was able to evolve
Yeah, he
into
grew
Bray
a beard
Wyatt.
and grew out his hair.
Yeah, but Bray Wyatt wasn't like, no, he was not going to like, yeah, not going to stop.
I will say,
not going to stop.
B team. Whenever they pretended to be Bray Wyatt and Matt Hardy, I thought it was hilarious. They should have just kept that going.
They should have. But the Michael McGillicuddy thing, it is the age of McGillicuddy.
Yeah, it was dumb.
It was horrendous.
Anyways, Roman Reigns, CM Punk with Paul Heyman, Seth Rollins. Jeff, who do you have and why? We know Paul Heyman can't be trusted. We also know other things about him, like he likes to wear a suit.
He does. He
likes money.
I don't think it's going to be Reigns. I don't think it's going to be Punk.
Yes.
I think it's going to be Rollins.
You think it's going to be Seth Rollins?
I thought you were going to say Seth freaking Rollins. I was going to say he doesn't do that no more.
No, because I hate that.
Oh, it's awful. What is it?
He is a visionary.
He is.
He's a revolutionary.
He's the architect, baby.
He is Seth.
He can ride a bicycle, baby.
Can he?
I don't know. Just imagine everybody can.
I just no.
So Seth Rollins.
Mm-hmm. I don't think CM Punk's going to win his first WrestleMania main event debut. I don't.
Okay.
Nope.
Who takes the pin? You know what? We'll come back to that. I think I'm going to agree with you. I think it's going to be Seth Rollins.
Okay.
Josh.
I can see it happening.
But
he's about to pull the Lee Corso not so fast.
I don't have something so fast.
I know you
There's
don't.
Paul Heyman here. He's not very fast.
He's not.
He's quick-witted.
He's a ball with legs.
He has fast wit.
Yeah.
He's quick-witted.
He is quick-witted.
Smart
yes.
fella. I'm learning Swedish, by the way. Doesn't have anything to do with this conversation, but I just thought I would mention that. Josh.
See, what's going to happen is Brock Lesnar is going to return and just destroy them all and let Seth Rollins win.
Okay, that's not happening. But you think Seth Rollins is going to win?
Give it to him, sure.
Okay. So, now let me ask, who takes the L on this? Who gets that pinfall or that submission done to them?
Punk. It backfires on him. Punk was trying to play chess with this by getting Paul Heyman in his corner for the favor. But all of that's going to backfire on him when Heyman turns on not only him, but Roman and sides with Rollins.
Yeah. What do you think, Josh?
Yeah.
Listen, I'll tell you this, okay?
You heard it here first, folks.
If you're playing chess and everyone else is playing checkers, you're playing the wrong game and you're a moron. So, yeah, I agree. I think Punk is going to take the fall on this one.
So are all three of us in agreement?
I think so.
Yeah, I think so.
All right.
Both ways on this.
You heard it here first, folks.
Well, here's something else that you could hear first, baby. Who is going to be Randall Keith Orton's opponent, baby? And why is it not Ultimo Dragon, baby? That's who it should be. It should be Ultimo Dragon.
That's who all of our pictures, not Ultimo Dragon. That way we all get the bonus.
I always win because it's not Ultimo Dragon. Until the one time that it will be.
Yeah, that's true.
You know.
Is he still wrestling?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Where's he at?
Good for him.
Japan. Yeah, you should keep up with Ultimo Dragon, loser.
Jesus.
No, also not Ultimo Dragon.
That's true. I don't.
Jesus is not Ultimo Dragon.
He's not.
They did tease Solo Sikoa, just putting it out there.
I don't think it's going to be Sikoa.
They teased Solo. They put him in a solo match. 1-on-1 with Solo. Han Solo, great guy, big guy, came up to me, tears in his eyes. Said, it's going to be me versus Randy Orton.
It's going to be me.
Justin Timberlake. I opened up the waters and made that Timberlake flow. Terrible
Aleister
wrestler.
Black or Rusev Day.
Forgot about that. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're getting a phone call, Jeff.
I am getting a phone call.
Is it Chicago? Do I need to answer it again? We've done that before.
No, it ain't Chicago. I'm going to say Rusev.
Yep. Could be Rusev.
Because I think where they are bringing, allegedly, bringing him in, this would be smart to just kind of just to just throw him in there with Randy.
Okay,
But
so
who loses?
Randy. Randy.
Yep.
Now, if you bring in Rusev, do you have to bring in a tank for WrestleMania?
No.
I want all the tanks.
Give him God's greatest entrance.
I want him to say thank you. You know, I wasn't expecting Rusev, but that's a really good shout. But I'm going to go Aleister Black. So you go Rusev, I'll go Black. Josh, which way are you going to go?
That's a good question. I think you need a little typo there.
Oh. Keep telling people that I can't spell, Josh.
He's from West Virginia.
I am.
Is there anyone else who's currently out, who's not on the card, or recently released by a big company, not WWE?
I got one for you.
Oh, my.
I got one for you.
Yeah.
Okay. Akira Tozawa.
Oh,
Akira Tozawa.
boom, do it, coward. More passion, more energy.
Nick Aldis.
Okay.
Okay.
Book it, Nick. Book yourself in them.
Nikki. Mikey.
I would really like to see Rusev, though.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. That is our predictions for WrestleMania 41 Night 1.
Night 1.
Number 1, not the number 2.
Now we have
Uno.
It's going to flow.
Now we have the main event.
It looks like all the talking has been done. It's time for the main event.
And we have the main event where we go ahead and let you know what your upcoming week of professional wrestling is going to look like
It's big.
internationally, nationally, and locally. We do.
Huge.
We have a lot. We have a lot.
bigly.
But very small for the locals.
That's true. We don't have a lot of local shows.
It's actually very small.
As it's WrestleMania week, we will get there. There are several international, national, and indie promotions holding events in the Las Vegas area this week. There are just too many on the list, and but here are some of the notable ones.
Too many to list, so let's list them.
Tournaments for the men's and women's WWE ID championships will begin at events for Game Changer Wrestling on Wednesday, April 16th, and Future Stars of Wrestling on Friday, April 18th. Also on Wednesday, Dragon Gate USA will hold The Rebirth, which will be the first Dragon Gate USA event since 2014. On Wednesday, April 16th and Thursday, April 17th, AEW Spring Breakthrough, a 2-part television special airing on Wednesday Night Dynamite and a special Thursday Night Collision, which is the only event on this rundown that won't be in Las Vegas. It's instead in Boston, Massachusetts.
Boston.
The Dynamite broadcast will be the 289th episode of the show, making it the longest-running primetime weekly pro wrestling program in Turner Sports history, surpassing the former WCW Monday Nitro,
Suck it, Eric.
which had a total of 288 episodes. Also on Thursday, Game Changer Wrestling presents Josh Barnett's Bloodsport 13. This will feature WWE's Karrion Kross, Pete Dunne, Natalya, and Shayna Baszler, as well as NXT's Charlie Dempsey
Williamson
and Carmen Petrovic. Also on Thursday, TNA Unbreakable. On Thursday and Friday, April 18th, Stardom American Dream. Also on Friday, Game Changer Wrestling presents Joey Janela's Spring Break 9. Yeah, baby. Tokyo Joshi Pro Wrestling live in Las Vegas.
Yeah, baby, go, baby.
DDT Pro Wrestling, DDT Goes Las Vegas.
Keep going, baby.
And rounding out Friday will be a special WrestleMania edition of WWE SmackDown, which will be followed by the 2025 WWE Hall of Fame induction ceremony.
At 1 a.m.
That's insane.
Friday, baby.
Yeah.
Saturday, April 19th, WWE NXT Stand and Deliver, 3 p.m. Eastern Time.
Yeah.
I thought that was at 1 o'clock. Or is it 1 o'clock their time?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Something.
Capping off the week, of course, is WWE WrestleMania 41 on both Saturday, April 19th and Sunday, April 20th at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, both nights. Locally, with it being WrestleMania week, there's not much, but Micro Wrestling Federation does have 2 shows in West Virginia this weekend. The first is on Friday, April 18th at the Marshall Health Network Arena in Huntington, then the following night on Saturday, April 19th. They will be in Beckley at the Beckley Raleigh Convention Center.
Still known to me as the Beckley Armory.
Both shows are all ages and will have a bell time of 8 o'clock, and tickets for both start at $24.99.
Good luck on that
24.
second night.
24
Yes,
$9.99.
And we're going to go ahead and stop it right there. And when we come back, we're just going to wrap
No
everything
kids,
up.
we have WrestleMania at home.
Stay tuned.
Once again, here's Hollywood Jeff Petty.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to do it for us here at The Grill Out. Make sure you follow us on Facebook.com. /The Grill Out.
Grill Out.
You can also email us.
What if you put a backward slash?
Don't do that. Don't be a dummy. You big dummy.
Don't
do it.
Don't do it. That's right, Josh. Don't do it. You can also email us.
I'm going to do it.
thegrillout95@gmail.com. Also, we're on Blue Sky. Blue Sky. At thegrillout.bsky.social.
Yeah, Blue Sky.
Yeah. So, go like all of that. Let us know what your WrestleMania predictions are.
You got to have blue sky because when you have a gray sky, people get sad.
Also, we did get a write-in this past week. Past couple of weeks.
Yeah.
We had a listener message in and ask if Rob Van Dam was not Ultimo Dragon.
Okay, I can tell you now definitively, listener, Rob Van Dam, not Ultimo Dragon.
No.
Thank you for writing in and asking if anyone else
What
would
about
like
Jean-Claude Van Damme?
Still not Ultimo Dragon.
If you need to know who is not Ultimo Dragon and who is Ultimo Dragon, you can message us on Facebook.
I have written research papers about it, so I will be happy to let you know.
He has a doctorate in Ultimo Dragonology.
I do.
Yes, he does.
I
He's
do.
been cited 42 times in the American Book of Wrestling.
I have.
And until next time, fellow wrestling fans,
He's
God
Ultimo
forbid.
Dragon, and you're not.
Have a good one.
Goodbye. And good night. Bang.
How to have fun anytime, anywhere. Step 1. Go to ChumbaCasino.com.
ChumbaCasino.com. Got it.
Step 2. Collect your welcome bonus.
Come to Papa welcome bonus.
Step 3. Play hundreds of casino-style games for free.
That's a lot of games. All for free?
Step 4. Unleash your excitement.
Chumba Casino has been delivering thrills for over a decade. So claim your free welcome bonus now and live the Chumba life. Visit ChumbaCasino.com.